Hi guys, hope you're all good. Welcome to another video on Road to V11. In this video I'm gonna give you my top 10 tips for bouldering as a beginner. Warm up. Warming up is essential. It improves your performance and it's one of the most important things to stay injury free. So make sure you don't skip it. What does a proper warm up consist of? 3 simple stages. A pulse racer could be anything from running on the spot to burpees or jumping jacks. I personally cycle to the gym and I use that as a pulse racer. Dynamic stretching, starting from the toes all the way up to my neck, and easy climbing or traversing. If you have just started climbing, you can just traverse around on really easy holds. Use your feet. Using your feet properly and precisely is key when climbing. Get used to using the tip of your toes instead of the middle of your foot. This way you'll be able to pivot around and have more mobility, swap your feet easier, stand on your tiptoes and reach further, and in the long run you'll be more precise when you have to step on really small footholds. Also, whenever you can reach, just get your feet higher. Rely on your skeleton. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, when climbing,
have straight arms.
This, I'd say, is a half-truth. It works sometimes, but yet it isn't always applicable. The key is to rely on your skeleton and not on body tension whenever possible. Sometimes that will be having straight arms, and sometimes that will be leaning all your weight on your legs. When you get in an overhang for the first time, most people's instinct, I'd say, is to get as close as possible to the wall so you feel safer. But this will only get you tired. In this case, having straight arms will help you to save energy and climb more efficiently. So when you're climbing on an overhang, adapt your body position so you can climb with straight arms. If you try to climb with straight arms on a slab, it won't work. In a slab, you have to be as close as possible to the wall, so you can lean your whole body weight on your legs, using your hands for balance, pushing down and occasionally pulling. So when you climb on a slab wall, loft the wall. Rely on your legs to support your weight. So rely on your skeleton and not body tension. Think of a triangle. When you're in the wall, you have up to 4 points of contact with it. 2 hands and 2 feet. The moment you start climbing, you'll have 3, sometimes 2, or even 1. Most of the time though, especially at the beginning, you'll have 3, so let's stick to that for now. In order to be balanced, think of a triangle. The larger the base is, the more stable it'll be. Draw a stable base by getting your feet wider than your hips and use your hands as the tip of the triangle. The more narrow your base is, the more unstable you'll be, and the more you'll have to depend on body tension. When moving your points of contact with the wall, keep in mind that your center of gravity will change, so you'll have to change your base accordingly to stay in balance. Introduce momentum. Climbing is a constant fight with gravity, so try to minimize its impact. In order to do so, whenever possible, involve your whole body, introducing momentum to climb more efficiently and transfer your weight easier. Sometimes you'll have to reach holds using static strength, but trying to find methods where you can move dynamically will help you to climb more efficiently and flawlessly. Think before doing. Whenever you approach a new problem, even if the problem is really easy, get into the habit of figuring out what you're gonna do before you do it. This will help you to save energy and to improve your puzzle solving skills. The moment you start climbing is the moment your energy level drops. So trust me, you don't want to start thinking when you are on the wall. Do all the thinking on the ground. With time, you'll be able to identify moves you've done in the past, and sometimes by just looking at a problem, you'll be able to recognize moves you've done in the past. So read the route, see where it starts, where it finishes, and map out everything in between. Then work on a sequence. It's really annoying when you almost get to the top and then after you fall, you find out there was a tiny foothold you could have used. The harder a problem is, the more physically demanding and trickier to read it will be. So you better go with a plan. Count the number of moves you're going to do from the start to the top. Think outside of the box. There might be some wall features, volumes, or the wall by itself that you can use. So take everything into account. If there is a particular bit that you can work out, try deconstructing the problem. Picture yourself at the top of the problem and figure out how you would climb down. Sometimes this can help to unlock the sequence. The more resources you have, the better. Thinking before doing will help you to hesitate less and commit more. Don't get too obsessed about not getting something. Fall a lot, it's part of the process. If you walk in a climbing gym and you see someone doing everything first try, not struggling at all, they are probably warming up or they are a show off. If you try in something on the right level, you should be falling almost all the time. So if you get stuck on a problem because you can't do one or two moves, don't worry, you're probably on the right track. Move on and try it again later or maybe another day. If you've just started climbing and you spend a whole session on just one problem without sending it, that is time you're wasting not learning other moves or other techniques. You are stressing the same group of muscles that you need for that problem over and over again. And on top of this, you are also getting mentally tired, convincing yourself that you suck because you can't send one problem. And you're wasting skin. Come back to it later or another day. Don't waste a whole session on just one problem. Climbing is about having fun. I have this 7 attempt rule where if I don't send a problem in 7 attempts, I'll just move on. It doesn't mean that I give up, it just means that I'll just try it again later or another day. Also, limiting the number of tries on a problem, I force myself to try harder and commit more. Rest. Rest in between tries. If you try a problem on and on, you'll just get tired. Resting is important to recover and have quality attempts. It doesn't matter how far you got last time, if you're trying a problem under fatigue, you're not going to perform the best you can. Give yourself a break every now and then. If I'm trying a hard problem, I might rest anywhere in between 5 to sometimes 15 minutes. Get your own shoes. If you're getting started, it's fine to use rental shoes, but once you start climbing regularly, it's a really good idea to invest in a pair of climbing shoes. Rental shoes sometimes have weird shapes, and your climbing shoes will have your feet shape. They should be quite tight, but take them off, don't spend a whole session with them on. You wouldn't believe how much of a difference it makes to have your own climbing shoes. Just climb. As ridiculous as it sounds, that is by far the best advice I can give you. Just carry on climbing. Don't be intimidated by grades or by other climbers. The climbing community is great and almost everyone will be willing to help you and see you succeed. Try out stuff, push yourself out of your comfort zone. There's always a first time to climb a high grade and it won't happen until you try that out. Try things and don't worry about not getting them. You must fall a lot. See how other people climb, and if you have the chance, climb with other people. Don't be intimidated by stronger climbers. Chances are you're going to improve the most being the weakest of the group. That's all for today, folks. If you've enjoyed the video, please share it, like it, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel.